All right, everyone, welcome back into another NFL DFS video. Going to be breaking down the best showdown plays, hopefully, for this Sunday Night Football game. And I phrase it that way on purpose. This game is going to be ugly. I don't think anyone that watches football would think that this is going to be a fun game. Well, I guess if you like defense, I could see that. But all in all, offensively, it should be a struggle. It's a 1.5 point spread. And we look at the over and under 35.6. I mean, that is extremely ugly. Looking at the injury report, at least we don't have to worry about too many injuries in terms of like recent injuries. That's a good thing. Now let's just go ahead and try to break down the slate. Looking at it right now, I do think we are going to be trying to pay up for Breece Hall, but he is going to be priced that way. Probably in the flex. Obviously, if he scores a touchdown, that can be the difference maker. But really, last week where he didn't dominate, that wasn't too shocking. You know, against the Eagles, had a fluky touchdown in which they kind of let him in there. That was a big like 8-point play. You know, if we look at that, that's probably just 12 points then. And then he had a pretty fluky touchdown as well in the receiving game against the Giants. It was a screenplay. Lots of terrible tackling. All that play is typically not going to happen. And so I don't want to say you could have took away that play because that one did happen. But at the same time, a little bit fluky. You can't rely on that. And then so last week was not too shocking. I just got done doing the props video though, and his rushing yards is set at like 60. And his like rushing attempts is at like 15.5. So he is projected to get a lot of work in this game. And I kind of think that this game is going to be a run heavy script. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine getting Breece Hall into my lineup. So the question is, do we want to put him into the captain spot or not? From there, I'm fine getting to Garrett Wilson. I still think he's going to get targeted very heavily in this game. I think that'd probably be the route that I would want to go. I mean, 13, 12, 7, 14 targets. He just hasn't had a touchdown as of recent. You know, maybe we get lucky with a touchdown. Maybe, you know, a nice little play action deep ball to Garrett Wilson. You never know. Could happen. I would say he is probably due to have a touchdown, especially with as many targets as he's been getting. I'm fine getting to him. But then from there, I don't really like much. I do want to just take a quick peek at the snaps. Yeah, we're seeing Garrett Wilson basically not lead the field, playing a bunch of snaps. Allen Lazard as well, getting a bunch of snaps. Then Tyler Conklin playing about 60% of the snaps. He's someone I'll touch on. Breece Hall going to play about, you know, almost 70, capped at 70 pretty much. Malik Taylor's starting to get some run. Michael Carter getting some third down work. And then we did see Xavier Gibson play 60% of the snaps last week. And I just want to look this up because Randall Cobb was a DNP last week, which was a coach's decision. And all expectations are that he's going to sit again tonight. So that should mean Gibson is going to get some work. And so we got to take a peek at kind of the receivers on this slate. So Gibson, you know, honestly at $200, I think he's someone that we just need to be playing if he's going to be playing about 60% of the snaps. Can we bank on that? I mean, probably not, but is he someone that is most likely going to give us a point if he is playing 60% of the snaps? Sure. And so I'm fine getting there. I don't know if we need to go that deep though. Malik Taylor, you know, he's someone that played a decent amount. I think to me, my favorite like Jets play is Tyler Conklin, just because more likely than not, we're going to get 5 to 10 points from him. If he scores a touchdown, maybe we get very lucky, but all in all, it's ugly. And the biggest question I have on the slate is like, do we want to play the Jets defense, or how much do we want to play the Jets defense? Because I think we clearly do. The question is how much, and I'm fine getting there. I just don't want to have 4 Jets too much. I guess that'd be fine on this slate, but all in all, I think I'd rather get to Conklin than one of these plays. Tough to say for sure. Quarterback wise, you know, Zach Wilson, if he has a good game, I think it's going to be via the rushing game, which he can do. You know, heck, I could see him score a rushing touchdown, a QB sneak or something like that, or, you know, something weird. He threw the ball 49 times last game as well. Obviously, that really helped for Garrett Wilson's production. I would hope for that again, but all in all, I don't think we can bank on quarterback production this week. We go ahead and switch up and we'll get into the Las Vegas Raiders. The nice thing about the Raiders is that they have one very top heavy. Okay. Myers, Adams, Jacobs. They're playing a bunch of snaps, and even Michael Mayer also playing a bunch of snaps. Austin Hooper could be a value. Trey Tucker did see his snaps go up. I think we could see him play 40% again in this one. And then just the secondary snaps are just being spread out. So they're probably going to want to run out a lot of 12 personnel. And I do think probably Josh Jacobs is going to be my favorite captain's play. He has somewhat broken out. They made it very clear against the Giants they were going to try to rush the football a bunch. And really, it's going to be the same game plan where the Jets are a little bit worse. Again, stopping the run, that's definitely their weakness. So I think we're going to see a healthy dosage of Josh Jacobs. And it really probably won't matter how inefficient he is. They don't want Aiden O'Connell throwing the football. That being said, you know, maybe they hit a play action or two. I would say Josh Jacobs is probably the best captain play on the slate. Then you do have Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers. I want to mention both of these. Like, these two are moving around enough in the offense. And I believe I saw something where, I forget what it was, but it was pretty much a stat saying like Adams shouldn't struggle as much this game as other people would think. I think it was like the Jets play more zone defense than most, and Adams is good at being the zone. something like that. But all in all, Jacoby Myers and Adams are going to be two players that are going to move around in the formation a lot. So it is tough to like get shadowed on Gardner or something like that. So I don't think we're too worried about that. We don't want to pay for Aiden O'Connell. You know, he has struggled. I thought last week he did his job very well. You know, game manager, hit the plays that are there. Don't make mistakes. Did a good job doing that. Very much cleaned up. DFS wise though, we don't want to get there. Maybe the kicker, Dan Carlson, he could have a big game. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked about that. I don't like kicker and defense slates. Raiders defense, you could easily play as well. Like, they're going to get home. I think we can project them to get a couple of sacks in this game. So like, I'm fine getting to them. And we can see, guys, like, we have a lot of salary left over. We might not even need to go with the value of Gibson. That's my issue with this slate. Now, would we want to get to Adams or Jacoby Myers? Probably. Like, one of those two is going to get 10 points. Could we get to a kicker? Sure. I don't mind that. Look at the tight end. I don't think we need to get there with him. You know, I'm fine with it if you do, but all in all, I don't think we're worried about that. We're going to see a lot of 2 tight end sets. Trey Tucker, fine. I would rather go Gibson though for a value. So like, kind of looking at the roster construction that we have here, it is difficult. I don't love it. Like, we can definitely go up from Gibson. Don't get me wrong. Michael Mayer, if we want to fit him in there, I'm fine with that, I guess. And honestly, it's just an ugly slate. If we could have fit Carlson in there, I would have been fine with the like roster construction that we have. What do we do with Breece Hall, I guess? Because a lot of his production is based on him getting a lot of work in the passing game, which I think we'll see that happen, especially if the game stays close. But we did see Michael Carter get a little bit more work on passing down situations. So yeah, as long as the game stays close, maybe we could fade Breece Hall. I don't want to. It sucks. I like giving you guys just boom, this is what we do. That's not the slate we have. Maybe it's a slate where we leave some salary on the board. I don't want to do that. I guess we just take the snaps, take the guaranteed points. I guess this would be the good lineup that I would go with. Don't love it. That's the slate that we have. That is going to be all for this video though, guys. You know, wish I could give you more. You guys know, that's just the slate that we have. If you want to put the Jets or Raiders defense in the captain spot as well, hoping for 14 points from them, I get it. That's fine. That's going to be all, guys. Thank you for watching. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cashing.